Hey everyone, a few years back when Andrew Yang was running for president, I was actually shocked that he didn't win. I was absolutely shocked that he did not win. And all these presidents have false promises for you. A lot of these promises are never actually um, built to fruition. But it was just very shocking that someone offered you universal income of $1,000 and you didn't accept it. You did not vote for that. I am shocked. You know, One thing that I do know is that now that we're in a recession, there might be a resurgence of people who are absolutely interested in this universal income that may or may not ever get passed. And the funniest thing about that is Social Security is about to be lessened by 30% or 20% in 2033. And there are so many people complaining about that, right? Social Security being lessened in 2033 by 20 to 30% in order to allow people to still receive some type of income in their retirement years. Because we all know that there are people who don't save. We all know that there's people who didn't invest. We all know that there are people who are literally depending on the youth to support their lifestyle in retirement, right? They literally have to wait for a baby to be born in order to have a chance at life in the future. Nobody really wants their elderly on the street. We all know that we wouldn't have the things that we have today without them making the sacrifices for it. But we also know that it was their job to not only sacrifice and build those things to survive, but to invest in their own future, like we are doing, right? So it's nobody's fault that they're on the street, if they are. And we all understand that they're essentially waiting for a check every single day, waiting for a check. And they're living life off of the government's hands, off of our tax dollars. And so Andrew Yang wants to give everybody $1,000. Meanwhile, Social Security is about to be destroyed. It is literally the worst time to probably think about universal income when the entire world is about to be destroyed with Social Security in itself. And people are still wanting to live off the government. People still don't want to take matters into their own hand. They don't want to work hard. Everybody wants to run a business. Everybody wants to own a business. But they don't want to make enough money to get out of food stamps. They don't want to make enough money to stop paying reduced housing costs. As long as you're paying the reduced housing costs, you'll never make enough money to get promoted. You'll never make enough money to get better jobs. You'll never get enough money to go into higher positions of power. You'll never get enough money to escape the rat race. You'll never do it. And it's because you want to live in poverty so that you get the assistance of the government. And the worst thing is when you start to have children and now you're getting these taxes, the tax returns, you're getting all these government stimulated payments that incentivize you to remain poor. As long as you remain poor, your children will be the ones to take care of you because you can't do it yourself. And how sad is it? I don't want you watching this channel if you want to be sad. How sad is it to depend on your children to take care of you in retirement? I personally would never do that. I would never bring a child into this world so that they can take care of me. That is not their job. That is not their job. So, universal income, $1,000. Wow. Such a big deal. When you have already been on your purpose, when you have already been living a life worth living, that $1,000 can cover a ton of your expenses. Especially if you had bought a property, put a lot of money down, and maybe you had a $2,000 payment. Now that cuts your payment in half. But if you are renting and you're still renting, housing prices are going to go up while All of those things are taking place. And now that $1,000 is really $500 because it's now more money going into your housing costs. So can you truly afford to live where you live? I mean, listen, the government gives you money, the rich will take it away. And in order for you to get rich, you have to start thinking differently. You got to start moving differently. The reason why I own property today is going to allow me to take advantage of the extra stimulus that you continue to receive. I don't need to be broke. I don't need to be poor. But I will take all the government finance money that the government gives you, because I take on the risk of being an entrepreneur. I take on the risk of owning real estate. I take on the risk of buying property. I take on the risk of being a businessman. And because of that, I can never be broke. And the broke people will always pay me more. The rich will always get richer. It's truly up to you to go ahead and change your lifestyle, because the government cannot continue to finance you. They're telling you that they cannot continue to finance you. We're not having as much children as we used to. People are waking up. People are waking up. People are saying, I don't want my children to take care of me in retirement. I'm only going to have one child. I want them to have a life worth living. People are saying, I don't want to have to depend on somebody. I'm going to start investing in my 401k, my Roth IRA. I'm going to do it tax-free. I'm going to pay my taxes now so I don't have to pay it later. People are saying, I'm going to invest in real estate. I'm going to do something with my life. 30% of people now are investors. 30%. That's not even including the 10 or 5% that don't do anything at all, that are just dying off, or the people who don't want kids, or the gay and lesbian couples who are not having children, right? Who is going to pay for your Social Security? Got all these movements now, but guess what? With all these movements, there's less children being born. Who's going to pay for you to survive? Watch how the world starts to change. Watch how people start to incentivize children again. Watch how, with all these laws on child support and this and that and this and that, there's less children in the world working, because everybody's being more selective of who they lay down with. Watch how all this stuff affects our economy and what the government does to correct it. Now, they're already passing laws that a DNA test must be done when a child is conceived. But that's for another video. They're already passing laws in Florida and one other state, I believe it's Texas. People are going to be in uproar about this. People are going to be in uproar about this. But when the money is affected, when government money is affected, change starts to take form. When government money is affected, there will be change. There will be change. You think they passing the laws because they like men more than women? Absolutely not. They don't care. All they care about is the money. And when the money is affected, laws will change. And laws are changing because money is being affected. They want Social Security to continue because they want that money when it's time for them to go. Even as little as it is, even if they want to donate it, it's okay. But they want that money just as much as you do. And so in order to have that, we need to incentivize men to continue to lay down with women and have children. Can't just keep throwing them in jail. That's not making any money. Right? The scare tactics aren't working. I know I wouldn't take care of a baby that's not mine. I would rather rot in jail. I don't care how much money I have. And I'm not just saying that. I'm a very honest person. I will definitely go to jail instead of pay for a baby that's not mine. I will absolutely do it. I will do it for the rest of my life. I will come back out eventually and still not pay a damn penny. I don't care. It's not my child. I'm not taking care of it. And so, I will not live a life for someone else instead of my own family. I was not born on this world to take care of nobody but me and mine. So, I'm not going to allow somebody to whip a pencil and tell me that it's my responsibility all of a sudden. Absolutely not. And so, again, that's something take into effect. That's something to be aware of. Like, changes are happening in America, and that $1,000 universal income every single month, how would that affect my life as an investor? The way I think, I mean, as soon as that thing goes into effect, I would have to buy up every single property that I can, because I know that a duplex is going to go for way more money. I'm willing to spend above and beyond to get my hands on a duplex at that point in time, because I'm charging $600 a month extra on both sides moving forward, because everybody's getting that extra $1,000. I'm going to get $1,200 a month extra from that. And so, trust me, as an investor, my mind thinks 100% differently, and I know exactly what I'm going to get out of it. If you want to be successful, you cannot depend on the government. You have to be strong enough to say, I will not live on government assistance. I will not live on financial assistance. It is only going to hold you down. Eventually, you'll make enough money to where you are not held back by these things. These things that you think are supporting you are actually crutches. And yes, it is scary to live without it. But when you lived without it for so long, like me, I've never had it. It's so easy for me to live a life worth living. It's so easy for me to continue to go up, 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 and up, because that's the only place that I can go. I've never known what it's like to rely on somebody else, to rely on something else, to rely on all of America. I'm the one feeding starving children. I'm the one feeding people who should be able to work for themselves. And I don't really care if you're on the government's money. I'm trying to help you help yourself. I don't care where my tax dollars are going, because I'm going to pay as little as possible in taxes, okay? But understand that the little taxes that I do pay, wherever it goes, it goes. I don't, listen. If you want to change your life, you got to take it into your own hands. That's first and foremost, all right? So again, if you like this video, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I want you to have a life worth living. If you think it's hard, if you need some assistance, if you need some help, reach out to me. I'm always more than happy to help. I'm always more than happy to provide some guidance and some resource for you. And if you like this video, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.